Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, my friend? What's up, guys? How you
Welcome.
doing?
I'm alright.
How you doing, pal?
Feeling good.
Feeling fine. Feeling fine.
It's actually
What?
sunny outside, which is weird. But it's
It's
cold as
raining
shit,
here.
so it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely freezing. I don't know about you, but it's getting cold in my room now. It's getting to the point where it's even if I don't go outside, I am cold.
Yeah,
I'm generally cold, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it. It means I can have my candle on. I can wear hoodies indoors. That's a big thing for me. Love a good hoodie. You know.
yeah. See, I hate it. I can't stand the winter. Ice is shite. And everyone is like, "Oh, I can't wait till the winter time so I can start dressing." Okay, great. I don't care. I'd rather it be, even though I am ginger and the sun is my mortal enemy, I'd much rather have sunstroke than deal with cold. I
That's
hate it.
fucking stupid. That is the
Gives
stupidest thing I've ever heard.
gives me earache, gives me toothache for some reason.
Oh, I get that so.
I do.
Old guy.
I'm an old
Old guy.
man. Fuck winter.
I
I love
love
Christmas
cold
though.
weather. Cold weather is the best weather. If I could have rain all year round, sign me up.
Oh,
Sign
see,
me
I
up.
love rain, but when it's in the summer, so you can dry off
Nah.
quickly, and it's just nice. I remember whenever I've gone away, like abroad or even to different parts of England, when I come back to Newcastle, it's usually in the summer because that's when I would do my traveling. And nearly every time I come out of Central Station and walk all the way up to the other end of town where the metro station and my bus stop is, like it's always raining but always sunny, and it's just nice to be like, "Yep, I'm back in Newcastle. Love this shit. Miss the rain, lads." It's just a lovely feeling.
I I just like it like all year round though. Like if I can just sit in my room with like a candle on, like I'm doing right now, and just like vibe, just wear a hoodie, wear a jumper.
No, that's
All
fine.
outfits are also winter outfits, like autumn winter outfits.
Yeah, I'm all about being snug, but like, fuck going outside in the winter. I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, well, you don't have to go outside. You stay inside, where it's kind of like a little bit
I
cold but
do.
not
I have a
freezing.
dog.
Well, I'll walk your dog.
I'd absolutely take you up on that offer, but it's going to cost you a fortune to keep going from Blackpool
No,
to.
get one of those like robots or whatever.
No, we're not getting robots. Which is our first topic for today. Robots. Do you fear them, James?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay. Where does that fear come from?
So basically, right? Here's the thing. I love robots in a way
Okay.
because I think they're really cool. Like I've been sort of into robots, you could say, since I was a kid. I think Asimo is one of the coolest little bad boys. Like the way he just sort of like struts across the stage, little
Yeah.
lad, little spaceman. Looks like a little spaceman. I like him.
Mhm.
And robots are cute. Like robots are cute. Like, little robot dogs, stuff like that. It's cool. And the stuff that I think having robots will definitely help with, like
Yeah.
automation lines and stuff like that. But I'm one scared that they're gonna replace the like manual workforce
Yeah.
in its entirety. Like I think we spoke about this once before. I don't mind it when it comes to like the way McDonald's do it now is they have like the staff in the kitchen and then the robot takes the order,
Yeah.
which makes perfect sense to me. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to get rid of people for that.
Mhm.
It just means people can focus more on um, you know, the actual like back stuff, and they don't have to worry about the orders and stuff. It makes their job easier too, I think.
True.
But I would be scared. I'm scared of like like stuff like Deep Blue, like the chess robot.
Yeah.
Like if robots can get that smart that they can just absolutely like smash people at chess. And they've done the same with like Dota 2 and stuff. They've made like a robot that just learned how to play Dota and is just insanely
Yeah.
good. Um,
It's not as good as me, but carry on.
I mean, it beat pro players in like a 5v5, I think,
Yeah, but I don't
on
think
its
any pro
own.
player has a 74% win rate as Earthshaker like I do, so
Do you actually?
I do have a very high win rate with Earthshaker.
Hell yeah, dude!
Or as I like to call him, the Girth Shaker.
Big girth, big daddy. No, but I feel like if they reach that level of like sentience,
Yeah.
I don't know. They're just gonna like take over in a bad way. I wouldn't win a fight with a robot at all.
I would because I'm solid. So
No,
I'm
but
not too.
that's the thing. The only way you would fight with like a human being is because we're fleshy and spongy.
Yeah.
So you just fucking slap them about, easy peasy. Or a robot, you just like, or you give them like a proper right hook or something. It's just like you're hurting yourself more than you're gonna hurt it.
Well, I imagine if you were to fight a robot, you wouldn't fight it like you would fight a human being. In the same way, you wouldn't fight a lion in the way you'd fight a human being.
Yeah, but who has weapons like on the hands? Do you know what I mean?
You don't need weapons to fight a robot, mate.
How are you gonna do it with your hands?
Just get a magnet and stick it on its forehead, where I imagine where most of the memory processing is happening, and then it just wipes their brain and they fall
But
over.
the, but this is the thing, right? Like I feel like as well with everything that happens, like technologically,
Yeah.
right? Um, and this always happens. It's gonna get militarized immediately.
Oh, it
Like,
already has.
and that's the thing. Like, they a lot of stuff just gets like developed through military programs, and then sort of like trickles into into the sort of like mainstream.
Yeah.
So like it's built specifically for like a military program, and then it sort of just becomes domesticated in a way
Yeah.
and like used for domestic shit. Same thing's gonna happen with robots. So you think they're gonna leave like basic weaknesses in these like military fucking death robots? No, they're not. They're not at all.
No,
So what if like
I
these
think they
regular
will.
ass so what if these regular ass robots just like, you're at McDonald's and there's a little serving robot or something bringing food to your table, and it just decides, you know what, I've had it,
Yeah.
and just swings for you. You just like takes like four of your teeth out in one blow. You're like, wow, okay.
To be fair, as much as I know, there probably will be ways to easily take down robots, but if they outnumber us, we're fucked. I'm not too scared about the whole robot takeover thing, because I imagine if a robot if AI developed perfect sentience and all that stuff, I don't think they'd be the type to be like, oh, logically, humans are the worst. We need to eradicate humans. I think they'd probably think we were all idiots. But I think it's a case of it would develop sentience. It would be able to comprehend that humans came before it, humans created it, and sort of like what our role in the whole their origin story was. So although they might not like us, they wouldn't wipe us out because we understand like their own past and their conception. So they'd value at least that knowledge of us. But the thing that I'm most scared of with robots is like, say, I'm an old fogey. We're joyriding down Blackpool Pleasure Beach and we get into a car accident and I lose both my legs. Not they don't come off; they're just like unusable. And then like at that point, there's like robot legs that you could put on, like just an exoskeleton type
I'd
thing.
be about that.
I think that would be
I'm
good,
all
but
about
like
that.
I'm always scared that like one day it'll just malfunction. It'll start doing the fucking and I'm just there like, stop it, stop.
That's that's the problem, right? Like I think the same way about like prosthetics and stuff, like cool
Yeah,
prosthetics like that. Like if it was like Deus Ex style prosthetics, you could get like arms, legs, like even like inputs for your eyes and stuff like that, just to
yeah,
make things just better. Just like improve on
mhm.
everything, like physically.
Yeah. It's just
Um
the next logical step in plastic surgery, like, but for
oh,
more utility rather than
absolutely.
visuals.
But like I always feel the same thing because technology in my experience does not 100% work like all the time. Like there's always something. There's always something.
Yeah,
Like you could leave like a PlayStation hooked up to a television for an entire year, and 2 days of that year without even touching anything. Sometimes it's just gonna go. I'm just not working today. Like this just isn't working,
yeah, or it'll turn
and it's
itself on with no prompt as
yeah,
well.
I get the same with my PC. Like, like, everything's fine, and then at one point it's just like, actually, I'm not okay now. Like, it just
Yeah,
has a bad day. Like, and that's the way like it expresses itself. It's like, you know what? I've had a bad day. I'm not working for you today, and
yeah.
I respect it, but I forced it to work in the end. And
You
but
will work
imagine,
for me, Robo man.
yeah. But imagine if your like arms or something were like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you just had like a malfunction, and you like your arms just go, oh nope, I'm gone. I'm done. Boop. Like, that would suck. That would majorly suck. Like
yeah.
that really, really sucks.
What happens if you've got like two prosthetic arms? It decides to malfunction on the day like your child's born, and you accidentally just explode them like a watermelon when you try to.
Yeah, like imagine there's something like that. Like there are a lot of situations where having a sort of mechanical body with a lot of improvements and stuff like that could really really backfire, like could super malfunction.
Yeah,
Like, imagine, for example, say like a dentist or something like that, right?
yeah.
And the dentist is like even like a Subway sandwich maker or some shit, right? And like they've got like
Just
a
starts machine gun
mechanical
punching the three sliced cheese.
yeah, they've
Ah!
got they've got a mechanical arm and they're like going to put like stuff in the oven, and the arms just like grabs the oven and just starts pulling them in. You know what I mean? Like, and you can't stop it because it's like malfunctioning. Like, and it's stronger than the rest of your body because it's a like robotic prosthetic. That's the downside. But the upside is we could all look really, really cool and do insanely cool stuff.
Yeah, that'd be fucking hilarious. Or like say, um, I don't know how they'd work. I imagine they're linked to like the nervous system. Is that how prosthetics work?
Yeah,
Like once
I think so. I presume so.
yeah, but imagine if someone could mess with those like transmissions from your nervous system, just like people who manipulate other people's devices through Wi-Fi, and like you just did a family gathering, wishing your like 90-year-old great granddad just a wonderful time, and someone hacks your arm, and you just grab him by the throat like fucking Darth Vader or some shit. It's like
So
happy birthday, this isn't me.
this is a huge thing about it. Like, as obviously, I only think about the cool side mostly, like being able to like jump over buildings and stuff, and just like
Yeah, yeah,
be like Crisis Man, but in real life, like run around super fast, be super strong, do all this cool shit. But people would find a way to like disrupt this shit maliciously. People would find a way to hack this kind of stuff, like 100%. 100%.
absolutely.
People would be all on top of it, and that, like, I mean, like there's like cyber warfare divisions in most countries now, right?
Yeah.
Like, people can and probably will do that stuff. That'd be insane. But imagine if someone just like hacks your jaw, your sweet robot jaw, and you're like, right, well, I can't eat now. Like, and you can't do anything about it.
I want to hold my children, but I've been doing the Millie Rock for 36
Yeah,
hours.
you just keep going. There's nothing you can do. But then, would you, if you had that much stuff replaced, would you be physically tired at any point?
I don't know. I guess not because it's technically not you doing it. I think your
Yeah.
joints, like where they're actually attached to the physical part of you, might get some wear and tear. But the actual like limb, if it's an exoskeleton moving on your behalf, I think it should be fine.
God, imagine.
Just
But this
bends
is
the
the thing.
wrong way and you can't do anything about it. Ooh.
Like, if they could give you anything, if they could give you anything that like stopped you sleeping or whatever, I wouldn't want to do that though.
Yeah.
Like, I like sleep now.
Mhm.
I think if you'd asked me this 5 years ago, I would have said 100%. Give me that no sleep power body and just keep going on,
Yeah.
But at this point, I like it. I like lying in bed like for hours on end. It's great. It's one of life's little pleasures is to not be part of it for a while.
So with these robotic enhancements, what's like the most useless prosthetic you could think of getting, but would be hilarious to get?
Toes, robot toes. Like, there would be absolutely no reason for it except for like if you drop some on it, it's not gonna hurt.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Or if you
What?
like stand on Lego or some shit, is you're gonna crush it instead.
See, I have one, and with it being me, it's always in the vein of annoying or disrupting things. So I'd get my index finger just turned like super robotic, so I can like elongate it at a moment's notice, and just like poke people in the back of the head on public transport and shit like that, or rudely point at someone and have my finger get even closer to them as it's happening, just to annoy them. Um, just the most useless shit. And everyone's like, "Oh, what are there enhancements that you got?" Like, none, just the index finger, lads.
I mean, it would have to be something like that, wouldn't it?
Would you be able to
It-
swim if you were a robot man?
I mean, I guess so, yeah. Because I mean, I thinking about my new razor that I bought. It's completely waterproof.
Uh,
I feel like a lot of stuff's waterproof nowadays.
yeah.
There's a lot of waterproof technology, like stuff that you wouldn't expect. Like, I'm still one of those people, right? even though it 100% is waterproof, it says it on the box. It has like the little logo on the actual thing. I'll
Yeah.
still look it up like 3 or 4 times just to make sure. I'm like, this isn't gonna like blow up on me if I take it in the shower, is it? I always will do that.
Yeah,
Always.
well, to be honest, that's it. I think that's just a product of our generation because, like, when we were like, I remember when I was like around about 12, there was all this thing about, oh, look, my watch is waterproof now. Look at all this waterproofing technology, blah blah blah. And then it turned out like it wasn't fully waterproof. You could just like dip it in, pull it out, but if you like kept it submerged, eventually water would leak in. So it's like we were around when waterproofing like technology and stuff was its infancy. So like I remember the first like I think it was a Samsung phone was supposed to be waterproof. You could like drop it in the sink, but like you couldn't leave it there type thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like waterproofing back then would just be like waterproof. Water would just get into it. Like it wouldn't damage it fully,
Yeah,
but it would get inside still, and it would still fuck it up a bit.
yeah.
But I think, yeah, I think nowadays, like obviously we have the technology to do it. I think they would waterproof it. I mean, they'd probably charge you for it. They'd probably be like extra to waterproof it. You know what I mean?
I tell you one thing that's scary about robotics in military application is they just I can't remember the name of it, but they discovered a spider. Yeah, I think it was in Brazil. Could be wrong. Could
Hmm.
be if anyone's listening and knows where it's from. But the way the spider travels, despite being like spider shaped, is it does front cartwheels. Like when it's in
What?
trouble, it just does like flips and shit. And because of how many limbs it's got, it's been like the way it travels has been like picked up by roboticists and like applied to their like weird
So they're
four
just
legged
gonna
things.
like.
So like imagine you're in a war zone like in the like 2070 when we finally start having World War Three over like which K-pop bands are the best, and you've just got this somersaulting techno spider just flying at you across the trenches.
That'd be mad,
Terrifying.
that wouldn't it? Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I feel like especially in like military and like obviously police applications, this kind of shit is scary as anything. Like scarier than like the fucking subway robot or whatever. Like way
Absolutely.
scarier than that. Because there's not much you can do about that until you go like full Terminator, like Rise of the Resistance mode kind of thing. Um, but I think in general, I don't know. I think in general, there'll be a lot of cool shit. There will be a lot of cool shit if we just ignore the fact that it's like eventually going to implode on itself one day.
Yeah.
Hopefully not during our like lifetime.
I
Um,
think it might do,
it
unfortunately.
probably will. Yeah, but we'd be dead old anyway. So I doubt
Yeah.
I'll give a shit when I'm like,
Yeah, but what happens if we're really fucking old, but robotics and stuff has gotten so advanced that they can draft us because they can just put us in an exoskeleton?
yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, I was talking about this a while ago, right? I was talking about this a while ago. Um, when I would when I would think about this kind of stuff, I would definitely go for insertion into like an exoskeleton or something if I was like super old and gonna die.
Yeah.
I remember there was something about like I think it was probably fake at the time. Something about like a Russian team working on a thing that could like carry your brain basically over to like a chip
No, I think
to
that
like.
that technology is being looked into because, like, if you look at synapses and the way like circuitry works, is that I think the problem is with that technology is like you can maybe transfer someone's consciousness over, but like how do you get it out of there? How do you preserve it once it's on there, and all that sort of stuff. If you look at the way prosthetics work and like how it's linked to like uh, body like chemistry. Sorry, I'm not very scientific, but like just the way like nerves flare up and that sends messages to circuitry and prosthetics and stuff like that. I don't see like moving consciousness over to like a server or something as being impossible. I think it's very far off, but I don't think it's too pie in the sky given what we've seen with prosthetics.
I think like the thing is there though. If I imagine, okay, like I'm dead, put my consciousness in like a chip and put me in a robot, right? They're not
Put
going to
me in a
put me in.
Roomba.
But they're not going to put me in some like, yeah, exactly. They're not going to put me in some cool like you know elite robot SAS thing with like jetpacks and shit. They're going to put me in like a subway robot, I guess. They're gonna put me in the subway robot. I'm gonna like wake up again and be like, I'm alive, and look down at myself and just an
No,
apron.
I'll tell you exactly what they're going to put us in, James. They're going to put us
What?
in these little fucking urn shaped Alexa robots. So, like, our family can still talk to us. and we'll be at the Christmas table, and like there'll be my Alexa Earn robot next to Laura's Alexa Earn robot, and they'll be like, let's see what the grandparents have to say about Christmas. How are you guys doing? And Laura's like, shit, I can't eat anything. What about you, Granddad?
Oh
I
God.
miss being sucked up. It's gonna be so
Oh,
grim.
that sounds terrible though. That sounds so bad. Like they would do that. They would 100% like make it so that we can't have like a cool afterlife. There'd be no cool afterlife. It'd just be like, oh, we've put you in. Imagine put you in a Roomba. You wake up and you don't even have like a like. Would you be? You wouldn't be able to talk unless like your system had like a voice modulator, right?
Yeah.
So you'd just be rolling around like this is it. Like imagine being a conscious Roomba. Holy shit, that's a nightmare.
What if
That's
you
a
really love
nightmare.
your job, though? I mean,
What if Roombas are conscious right now? There's just some poor old man trapped inside it. Just like, oh look at it go, look at it clean the floors.
now
It's just
this
some
might be a
old
bit
man.
cynical, but I know for a fact there's no consciousness in Roombas because if that sort of technology was in there, they'd make you pay out the arse for it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like this,
No,
not
but
only is this going to clean your house, it's got the consciousness of a dead person in it, so they have better navigation than our regular model with no sentience in it.
imagine if they did that though.
I think we're not
Imagine.
far off it.
Like that would be a nightmare though. Like if it was your consciousness put in there after like after you die or whatever. And it's just like you just can't speak, you can't say anything about it. It's like, oh, granddad's a Roomba, but no one know. Like no one knows. Oh, that little thing cleaning the floors. Oh, that's granddad. I'd rather be like granddad in my pocket. You know what I mean? Like just a wee granddad. He's like, woohoo. Like make a wee robot version of me that you can put my consciousness in. Like a really small one though. Has to be small.
Or like say like get to the point where you can put you just about anything with a USB drive if USB drive's still around in 4 years,
Oh, just
and
like
like
transfer me across different things.
I'll die in a hilarious boating accident, and Laura puts me in the fucking fridge, and I'll be able to snitch on our kids if they're eating, if they're not eating
Yeah.
the right food. Like
No, that would be great. Like just being able
the
to like be
kids,
transferred.
the kids have been eating the chocolate.
Just plug me into the like family PC. So as soon as the kid's like, old enough starts watching porn, I just pop up. What are you doing there? Stop that. Like I'm just a little pop up in the corner.
I'm fucking
You better
talking to
stop
the
that.
dog as the fridge. Would you like to go for a walk? Joke's on you. I don't have legs.
Just plug you into the lead. USB dog lead. I bet that's a thing. I bet there's a USB dog lead. I don't know what you do with it.
Fuck knows.
LED dog lead, USB rechargeable. There you go.
I put me in the car and just in the car radio fucking system. Everyone tries to put songs on the aux, and I keep changing it to fucking Cotton Eye Joe or some shit.
Change to Love Sosa. I,
You have
I,
selected Chief Keef again.
like at the end of the day, if they don't have this technology, I'm just gonna pass on, and I'll be like a you know in the grave or whatever. I definitely want one of those graves with like a little screen on it with just like some great memories and like some speakers so it can play Love Sosa every time someone walks past it. It's
Yeah,
like a motion sensor. As soon as anyone steps past it, these bitches are so blasting out the whole graveyard.
hilarious. Dude.
Oh,
It's just fucking
gold.
people trying to mourn.
And it won't stop until the song's done. Plays the entire song. It's not like a Christmas card or something that you
With
open
the
up and it
fucking
sings.
forward where he's just shouting.
Yeah. Chief Keef ain't this, Chief Keef ain't that. Shut the fuck up.
Great shit.
Well, uh, we always circle around to like death and
Death.
the afterlife for some reason.
Well, we all come around to death in the end, James.
I promise we're all right, listeners. I promise we're okay. Like this is just who we are, I guess.
I promise James is okay. Me, not so much. I'm all right.
Yeah,
So
no, give me a full robot body except for like my face and hair. That's it. That's all I want. Because I want to keep my face and hair because I like my face and hair.
yeah,
Maybe my willy as well.
Jesus. And with
But
that, let's move on. So Speaking of things that we play with,
Bit of a robot, Willie.
about video games, pal. Have you been playing any interesting video games lately, pal?
No.
Good. I
No,
guess.
yeah, okay, okay. Next topic. No, no. Apart from like, well, what did we play? We played Phasmo again.
We did.
That was fun. So it's still fun. Like, I think they need to add more stuff in though, because I feel like I'm gonna get a little bit burnt out with it soon. But no, what else have I played? I played Amnesia Rebirth. That was good. It was a
Okay.
good little scary number right there.
What's scary
I
about
put,
it? Is it about aliens? Is it about ghosts? Is it about?
it's very like it's very like space horror, like cosmic horror.
Okay.
It's about like you kind of like crash landed from an airplane, and it's like trying to find your crew,
Yeah.
and there's just like a lot of mad shit going on, and like there's this whole rift between two worlds, and like the other world is it reminds me a lot of you seen the first Alien, right?
No.
You not seen Alien?
I've only seen Aliens, the third one.
God damn, dude, watch Alien. It's really good. But anyway, it's kind of like you know what the HR Geiger shit looks like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of go to this like alternate plane that's I think inhabited by these like almost alien kind of creatures, all these weird creatures,
Okay.
but it's all like dark except for the sort of like really sort of it's like cosmic horror color, you know, like green sort of like
Yeah.
lightning and stuff. And it's weird. It's like this combination between sci-fi and also like ancient civilization. So they
Okay.
have all this like mad technology, but it's all like, you know, ancient tablets or whatever. It's like a tablet but with electronic writing on it and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and it's all these like weird labs and stuff. It's cool, man. It's a really cool game. Highly recommend it if you're after a scary game. Very fun. I played a little bit of the old Valhalla as well over the last
Nice.
couple of days. It's all right. It's all right. I'm enjoying it. It's
Apparently, some of it's set in Northumberland, which is very close to Newcastle. So represent.
oh, I mean, I'm currently hoping that I can go and trash London. That's my plan next. It's just to go and absolutely obliterate London um, from the ground up.
I'll probably get
But
around to playing it eventually.
it's all right. It's all right. It has like it's one of those things where I don't think it'll keep my attention too long.
Yeah.
But in the interim between getting my PS5, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm literally just trying to fill the time before my PS5 comes here on Thursday.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be getting a PS5 until the next God of War because I'm not too bothered about Demon Souls
Oh, I am.
and Spider Man is on PS4, so I bought that and played it on there. So
Yeah, I'm getting Miles Morales, but Demon Souls is like it's the biggie for me. I've never played it. I'm a big fan of From Software games in general.
oh
Like
yeah, me too. But
Bloodborne,
I played the
one of my
PS3
favorite.
version. I didn't really like it.
See, I never played the old one, and I've heard that this is kind of like they've taken little bits of the old one and kept them in, but mostly just made it fun to play, like a good
Yeah.
experience.
Okay.
I feel I feel like that's a good thing. A lot of people, I say a lot of people. There's fringe people obviously that are very like, oh, but this isn't the same. Like elitist basically. I played the original one. You should play the original one because it's harder or some shit.
Hmm.
Um, but from a lot of big fans of the series I've seen, they're saying that it just plays like a dream. It just plays well, and they needed to. They need to make it modern. Like
Yeah.
the thing I noticed when I played Dark Souls, like Dark Souls 1 remastered, is it was remastered visually. Like the gameplay itself was still like the same jank as Dark Souls 1. The Souls games get so much better the further along you go in like the timeline.
Yeah.
Like 3 is the best of the sort of the regular Souls games. And Bloodborne's probably my favorite one of all. Sekiro is also incredible. But
Yeah.
like they improve so much. They become so much better to play
Hmm.
over time. And I feel like it's the exact same thing with this. I feel like they needed to just modernize it and make it actually smooth because, you know, a lot of the jank from the old games isn't intentional. It's just there. It's just part of it.
Yeah, I mean that's probably what put me off the whole Demon Souls hype is like I didn't want it to just be a reskin of the first one because I did play Demon Souls and it just after playing but I didn't play that until after I played Dark Souls 3. So like to go from such a polished fun experience like Dark Souls 3 to Demon Souls it's like yeah, it's still got the DNA of the game but it still handles like a brick. So I'm like, eh.
And this is the thing, like when I saw people saying that, like I wouldn't want to go back and play it. I wouldn't want to go back and play the PS3 version.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way I'd want to do that because I know it wouldn't be as clean as
Mhm.
this one. But it looks good, man. It looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, I probably, if I eventually do get a PS5, I'll probably end up playing it eventually. But the only game I absolutely would really want for PS5 is the next God of War. I've already finished Spider-Man Miles Morales, which was really good. I'll just spoil it for you now. So,
Don't do that. I'm gonna play it next week, I think, because
yeah.
obviously I think Demon Souls is gonna be my first protocol.
Mhm.
Also, just a little self plug. If you are interested, I'm gonna be doing like a PS5 unboxing and setup and like first experience stuff on stream on Thursday night. So
Nice.
make a little experience out of it. Well, they've also included a thing called like Astro's Playroom with that little robot fella.
Yeah,
It looks quite cute. Apparently, it's just like a way to introduce you to like the new controller features and stuff like that.
sounds good.
Um,
I still can't get over how ugly it is, though. Jesus Christ.
what's the actual console itself?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's ugly as shit, and it's fucking huge. It's like the size of a baby.
yeah,
Um, but I really don't give a shit because the most I ever see the console is if I'm plugging it in.
yeah,
Like I
yeah,
I leave it either behind monitors or like under the television or some shit. I don't care.
yeah. But I think they went out of their way to make it offensively ugly this time, which is
Hey, I respect it. I respect it, just
yeah,
like
I
my mother
respect
did
that.
with
The
me.
fact that like they've actually got exclusives, whereas the new Xbox doesn't, and all that stuff. They generated a bit more demand, and then was just like, hold this ugly console, you'll buy it anyway.
Oh, exactly that. I mean,
Yeah.
there must be some sort of design like logic to it, though, right?
Oh, there
Like
is,
there
but it's
must.
just like that stereotypical. Here's this fucking gentrification, Silicon Valley
Oh yeah,
looking swoops and
but I mean, like with the Xbox, they didn't
sterile
even
whites.
fucking try. The
Yeah.
Xbox is just a box. It's
Nah,
just,
nah, sorry, that's absolutely brutalism. Beautiful Chad brutalism. I
it's
love the way the
a
Xbox looks. It's
PC
like,
tower.
here's a brick. You're not going to be looking at it. You're going to be looking at the screen. Have a brick.
Yeah, it's literally just a PC tower. I mean, I like the fact that the S one is tiny, like
Yeah,
the Series S or whatever is tiny, but I don't see the point in buying that if you don't already have like a fucking if you don't have a console
yeah,
or if you're trying to upgrade, like if you're trying to upgrade from uh the Xbox One, like why would you get the S? It just does, like from what I've seen, it's just not an upgrade really. It's like a
yeah.
very
And
minor upgrade.
there's apparently the backwards compatibility on the Xbox Series X is amazing. Like, you can go back and play original Xbox games in
Yeah,
some
you can play a
instances,
lot.
but you wouldn't be able to do that without a disk drive. So, what is the point in the mini one?
I mean, you can get a lot of old games like digitally now as well, though, right? I think I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
you can buy a lot of them. But like I saw, for example, I saw like I was watching Maximilian play around with the Xbox and the PS5,
yeah,
um, and like you can play old games on both,
yeah.
and they actually run pretty well.
Hmm.
Like they run pretty damn well. On these new consoles. But I feel like with whatchamacallit, the Xbox is they don't really have a launch lineup, do they?
No, it was
Like
meant to
there's
be Halo Infinite, wasn't it?
yeah, like Halo was meant to be the big banger launch game, but they don't really have any. Like the only thing I see people that like who and obviously no like fucking shit to this stuff. Like this console war shit makes no sense. Like play what you want, do what you want.
Yeah,
But I the only thing I see people having is like games that are available on every single platform.
yeah,
Like I see people like, oh, I got my Xbox One X with like Series X with whatchamacallit, Assassin's Creed and
yeah.
with like Watch Dogs and something. It's like, well, they're available on like every platform, including the Xbox One and the four. Um I don't think it actually has any like launch games, right?
No, it doesn't.
Like none at all, which is very, very weird. Um and not really a selling point. Like I guess the selling point is the whole Game Pass shit, right? And being able to just play a bunch of shit. But like I was watching someone play, like I say, an Xbox One. Like I keep saying Xbox One. The naming is fucking terrible,
Yeah,
right? The naming is awful. They fucked that up a long time ago. Like
absolutely.
PlayStation keeping it simple, baby. It's the five. It's the fifth one. It's the five.
Yeah,
Easy. Whereas, like, what did Xbox do? They went from we went from Xbox to 360. Like, why? Why?
Because you take one look at it, turn
And then
360
360
people.
degrees and walk away. Classic. But then there's also like, but then they went from that to like to then the one. We're like,
Yeah,
okay. Then to the One X, and this new one is the Series X, and I'm like, well, why don't you just fucking call it something different? Because now I keep saying Xbox One X because it's just there.
yeah,
Anyway, I keep just seeing people playing like old games on it. I'm like, that's kind of cool, but like the PS5, people bought them and they're playing like Demon Souls, and they're playing like I know Miles Morales is available on PS4, but still, it's
yeah.
the
It's like
PlayStation
Super
exclusive.
HD and
Yeah,
turbocharged.
and I mean, there's a couple more like PS5 launch exclusives, right?
Yeah, I think there's isn't Bugsnax one.
Oh no, Bugsnax on PC already,
Oh, okay, I don't fucking know.
but it's gonna be I mean, there's Astro's Playroom, which is like just a fun thing, right?
Yeah, in the Sackboy
Um,
game as well.
oh yeah. When's that out? Is that out already?
I don't know. Couldn't
Because
tell you.
that looks pretty good. Like Sackboy Adventure or whatever.
To be fair, I think since the 360, the Xbox has just had a shite launch. Because didn't they? Wasn't the launch title for the fucking Xbox One like Rise of Rome, and that was just a fart in a jar.
And
Yeah,
yeah, like Rise was like, yeah. I mean, launches have not been good since the probably what PS2, and
yeah.
360 days.
Mhm.
I remember I had for my OG Xbox, I had Midtown Madness, and Jet Set Radio Future. And Jet
Yeah,
Set Radio Future being a launch title was the best thing in the world. It was so
yeah.
good.
Like the one we got had Jet Set Radio Future, had Splinter Cell. It was
Just
that
banging games, man. Like,
great.
uh, I always look back though, and I always think that launches were better than they actually were. Because
Maybe.
like I don't know. Like I'm looking now, so PS2 launch titles, right? The only ones that really stand out are probably although the thing is there's a lot of them. There's
Yeah,
a lot of games that came out at the same time. Nowadays there's none. But they had like Tekken Tag and Time Splitters is probably the biggest one
yeah,
for the PS2. Um, but I don't know, like Xbox launch. I'm gonna go Xbox launch lineup 2020. There's no like I don't think there's any actual like Xbox Studio games
no, there isn't. I don't think.
because I think that was meant to be the one.
Yeah, there is meant to be a return to a form, and like launching with a Halo title, going hell bent for leather, but then they're like, Craig's ruined everything.
Yeah, there's no like Halo got delayed. Fable got didn't have a release date.
Yeah, there was no new Gears lined up.
Forza hasn't got a release date yet. Like they announced a bunch of stuff, but
Yeah,
none of it has a release date.
I think they just panicked because there was that whole time where Sony were just quiet about the PS5. There was like not giving you a price, not giving you a release date, and then Xbox were like, let's buy Bethesda."
Yeah, I mean, I think we've discussed this before. I don't like that. I don't like this like trend of buying studios out because I feel like we're just going to reach this point where it's just this one big ass monopoly again with all the studios owned by one person, not getting the resources they need, not
Yeah,
being able to like release or change things as they like to, because like Game Pass is all fine and dandy now. There's going to reach a point, especially if they're buying all these big studios, where they're just going to want to make the money back. Like
yeah,
they're going to want to make the money back. It's going to go up in price. Like maybe some people are going to get like less resources to use this kind of stuff. I don't know.
mhm.
I feel like it's going to be a bit of a. I feel it's a good thing for now, for sure. I mean, I enjoy it. I use it a lot. Um, I also like the way that they've done this. They've done this whole thing now, right, where um, you can buy an Xbox like through credit, like through them,
Yeah,
which I think is really really cool. More like accessibility to consoles and stuff like that is always good, especially like next gen consoles. Because I know, for example, like PS5 is one of those things that it's just expensive and that's it. Like, and
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are gonna have to wait until like an offer comes around or something like that, or save up for it. But
True.
I don't know. I don't know. For me, it's like I play everything on my PC, so if it's not exclusive, then it doesn't really sway me at all.
Yeah. I think the only console that's useful outside of my PC for anything other than exclusive, just the Switch because of the portability. Um, we love the Switch. Useful little fella. But yeah. So,
I do like the Switch as well, but I don't use my Switch enough. Like, there's a bunch of games that I want to get on the Switch,
yeah.
but they just released the No More Heroes remake, which you should get, by the way. I don't know if you ever played it. But I think
Yeah,
you'd
I never
like it a
played.
lot. I think you'd absolutely love it.
Don't tell me what I'm going to love. Anyway, speaking
I'll
of
tell you who you love.
contention, do you
Mm.
have a terrible opinion that you're willing to defend to the hilt? So I guess the question
See,
is, what's the most meaningless hill you're willing to die on?
I don't know because I feel like all my opinions are pretty good. Um,
Oh,
I feel like I'm quite well rounded in my opinions. I feel like I'm pretty good when it comes to opinions. I have pretty good opinions, and I'm not willing to back down on any of them. Um, I guess it's just some of that stuff that I always think is probably weird to some people, like
yeah,
eating a block of cheese with milk, stuff like that.
okay.
Like that's a good thing. I like it. I like a block of cheese as a snack. It's great.
But
Or just
with
like a
milk
little glass
inside
of
it,
a little glass of milk,
that's
easy peasy.
overkill.
Fucking dairy overkill, but it's so good, dude. It's
My
so good.
bowels are quaking in fear just thinking about that.
That's amazing, dude. I love that kind of shit. I love it.
Well, my hill that I'm willing to die on, I've got
Go
a
on.
few because it's me. Um, I don't think cricket is a real sport.
I mean, what where does that come in? Like, of course it is.
I
I
mean,
even like cricket, but of course it is.
it's not. It's a, and I'm going to get real political here. It's just a tool for colonialization, um, and it was just used to placate whoever we were trying to colonize at whatever point. It's boring as shit. Sport for me, it's not a sport unless it's exciting or there is a degree
Yeah,
of like
I
skill to
mean,
it. And I
it's
don't
more
see.
exciting than golf.
I mean, yeah, but the skill to golf with because like in cricket, they don't actually hit the ball; they just hold it and fling the bat a little bit off the ground. Like
I listen when I was forced to play cricket when I was a kid, I fucking paggered that ball. I
as you rightly
smashed.
should, but they never do when you watch proper cricket. Like it's the fine line between baseball and cricket. Baseball is a sport because you can go hell for leather and just smack that fucker to
I
the
like
moon.
baseball, dude. I don't think I'd ever watch it, but I like baseball.
Baseball's fun to play. It's a bit painful to watch, but I am a fan of baseball. So yeah,
I
cricket isn't a
remember.
sport. Fuck it.
So just to sorry to go off on a tangent about baseball, just like a small thing. When I was at like primary school, I remember this vividly. It's one of those have memories that for some reason you just remember them a lot over things that you probably should remember.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. There's like probably nice family memories that I just don't have, but I have weird little memories of just odd stuff that happened. Like the day that Froobs came to my primary school. Like legit, it was a Froobs promotion about baseball. I don't know why it was Froobs teaching us about baseball in the UK. But yeah, there was like it was like a Froobs promo.
Just quickly
Um,
for anyone listening who might not know, Froobs are like yogurt in like little sachets.
yeah, I've just found it on here as well. I've just found it on the internet from May 22nd, 2002.
Jesus.
Your Play in Baseball website for Froobs. They've launched this first sponsorship-led standalone website for Froobs. And it's part of a 3-year 1 million sponsorship of Major League Baseball and baseball softball UK schools and development programs. So yeah, they came to my school with like a Froobs truck or whatever,
Yeah.
and a bunch of like baseball equipment and some people teaching us to play baseball. And I remember I absolutely smashed it, dude. I was good at that shit. It was the only thing I was ever good at was because I had no, even though that's the thing, I have no hand-eye coordination pretty much. I was also chunky and couldn't run, but I just smacked it. I just absolutely smashed it. That was the only thing I could do. Just grug, pure grug strength. Just like unga bunga swing, like boom, off it goes. Caveman Jim. I
Really, really tapping into that Neanderthal spirit.
Yeah, exactly. Like I smash it, and then everyone's like, "Run!" It just takes me 2 minutes to go, "Huh? Oh yeah, run."
My favorite thing about that is we used to play rounders, which is like a scaled down
Oh
version.
yeah, we did too.
And because we didn't have enough bats, you had to leave your bat behind. And the amount of people who just fling it over their shoulder and just twat someone in the
Oh
face
god,
with the
always, yeah, always, man. Like so many injuries just from like randomly disregarding shit as a kid.
great
Oh
shit. But yeah, cricket isn't a sport. What other hills do I die on? Yeah, if you put cheese and mashed potato, you're a demon.
no,
Um,
no, you stop right there. I'm gonna contest every single one of these. I think I'm gonna have some point of contention here. Cheese
Listen,
and mashed potato is an absolute godsend. It
no,
is
it's not. I
incredible.
take mashed potato very seriously. I'm 30% Irish. Potatoes are my livelihood. I make the fluffiest, most perfect mashed potatoes. My beautiful wife can
I beg to
attest to it.
differ.
At Christmas, even at home when if I'm with my parents, they're always like, "Can you make the mashed potatoes?" No one makes them like me. It's an art. It has to be pure. It has to be perfect. You put cheese in that motherfucker. Oh, that really annoys me. The hackles on the back of my neck stand up. I go into fight or flight mode, and trust me, it's going to be fight.
And you've not just had a little sprinkle of like Cathedral City or something,
I like Cathedral City, but cheese has its place, and it's not in mashed potato.
but like it's just good. It's just nice.
It might be if you want to do your debased bastardization of one of the most perfect foods in all of mankind. You could do that behind closed doors on your own time. In a public setting, when you're providing a meal for your family, friends, cheese does not belong in mashed potato.
Like it does. It does. I mean, I'm gonna ruin your day here a little bit. I used to put mayonnaise in my mashed potatoes, so
I'm quitting the podcast.
I used again. This is probably a hill that I would die on years ago. I don't do it as much anymore. I used to put mayonnaise on everything, like straight up
Oh,
everything. I would have mayonnaise on toast sometimes.
ah,
Like I was mayo boy. Like this was
it's
at
causing
university.
me
I used to put
physical
mayo on.
pain.
I used to put mayo on everything. Like the way that the way that I would eat vegetables if my parents put them on like a Sunday dinner is I would just fucking dunk them in mayo
Why didn't you use salad cream like a regular human?
because mayo's nice. I liked mayo.
Learning a lot about you today. None
Yeah,
of
I
it.
know. This, sometimes I wonder if I was like, like why I was a bigger kid, and I think that explains a lot of it.
Guzzling
I think
egg
that
crumbs.
explains a lot of it.
Disgusting. Mayonnaise is ugh. I feel sort of like a revulsion to mayonnaise that I don't usually feel in most foods. It's just like ugh, disgusting.
Disgusting.
Anyway, is there any other hills I died? Yeah, Jaffa cake's definitely a biscuit.
Yeah, I no, I'm in on that one. I'm in on that one,
It's
100%.
always with the biscuits. And I was like, oh, but it's a cake because it gets harder over time if you leave it out. Blah blah. Blah. No, no, not a cake. It's just a biscuit. And while it
No.
is called a Jaffa cake, and it does have the properties of a cake, and you should call it a cake, I'm not going to do that. I
Yeah,
go,
no, but this is the thing. Like, it is a biscuit. Like, a cake to me is like something that you would like actually have like a slice of or something.
yeah,
Like a more substantial dessert is a cake,
yeah. And if you
right?
want something small, like a one bite thing, you'd have a cupcake. Does a Jaffa cake
Yeah,
look
which is
like
still a
a cupcake?
cake. But a Jaffa cake is even smaller than that, and it's also sold in the biscuit aisle.
Also,
So
I just want to point out that Jaffa cakes themselves, or McVitie's, whoever fucking publishes Jaffa, yeah, publishes Jaffa cakes. if Jaffa cakes weren't biscuits, why did they feel the need to create those Jaffa cake bars? And the consistency of the cake stuff inside them is completely different to a Jaffa cake. It's actual cake inside of it. So why is the cake bars if Jaffa cakes were already the cakes?
Yeah, no, 100%. They are bickies. Like everything to us, like over here in Great Britain, that is sold in just a packet of like 20 is a biscuit, right? Like
Yeah,
anything on that aisle, like that's like a treat that's sold in a big pack, that's a biscuit, dude. Like that's a biscuit,
thank you.
100%.
I'm
If
glad
it
we're
doesn't
right.
say fucking what's his name on it, Mr. Kipling on it, it's not a cake.
It's true.
It's not.
Mr.
It's not.
Kipling has monopolized cakes.
Yeah,
He's a
Mr.
tyrant, but
Kipling.
he makes exceedingly good cakes, I've heard.
I've heard. So some say. Some say they're exceedingly good. I actually no. One thing that I used to fuck with heavily that I really can't fuck with anymore is Battenberg.
I've never liked Battenberg.
I had a phase. I had like a real phase where, honest to God, Battenberg was the only like thing I could think about. Like
Infatuated by Battenberg.
yeah, Battenberg was like the only. I didn't mean the only thing. Sorry, I'm just like all I could think about was Battenberg. Like when it came to like snacks or cakes, or whatever, the
Yeah,
only thing I wanted to eat was Battenberg. And I remember like I would get my parents about mini Battenbergs or whatever.
yeah,
I used to love them. I used to be all about them. And then just one thing turned. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was like just because I'd eaten too many of them, or something like that. But I
yeah.
had one moment where I was just like, they all just taste like shit now. I don't know if you've had that with anything,
It's
but
gone too far.
well, I don't know if you've ever had that with food. I've had it with multiple things.
I think there
Where
probably
like
is. I'm not gonna think of off the top of my head, but there are definitely foods I don't eat anymore. So like
where it would
maybe,
just start tasting horrible. Like it would
yeah,
just start tasting bad to me. Same thing happened to me weirdly with. I think I'm just weird. I think I'm just very weird with double deckers at one point. So double deckers, like for those at home, is like a chocolate bar, like a chocolate bar with nougat in the middle, right?
yeah.
Um, I used to really love those, and I think I had the same thing where it reached a point where for some reason they all tasted like hairspray, and I don't know why.
That's really weird.
I'm not even kidding. Like they all tasted like hairspray to
Well,
me.
one thing that's weird for me is like most brands of ketchup, unless they're like Heinz or something, taste like washing up liquid to me.
I am going to agree with you on that one.
That's really weird,
Um,
but it
that is a
happens.
weird one, but I am actually in the same boat. I remember when I used to go and like visit my father like years ago. He used to get Daddy's ketchup,
Yeah.
and that shit sucks. It doesn't even taste like ketchup to me. But the thing is, like, I'm pretty sure they're not that different.
No, like it's the same basic ingredients and all that stuff because ketchup isn't too complicated, but just like sometimes it just tastes like washing up liquid. Anyway,
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, yeah, exactly that. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's in my head. I don't know if
speaking
Heinz have just corrupted me.
of a barren, tasteless wasteland, get on
Mm.
to our big doom topic of the week.
Doom is in.
Put your Doomer hat on. No time to return to Monkey. You were too far gone.
Yep. Doom hat
Um,
on. Put your Smiths on. Get your Marlboro.
so if society collapsed tomorrow, James, do you have a plan?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I keep thinking recently about this. I'm not even kidding. I keep thinking about this quite a lot lately,
Yeah,
as to like what I would do in this kind of situation, and I really do not know. I can't even process it enough to plan it.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like I just don't know. Um, Part of me wants to really like. Obviously, I started working out, by the way, doing all right. Lost a little bit of weight already. And part of me wants to get like more in shape and learn like basic self defense stuff,
yeah,
just in case. Just because I feel like the older you get, the more you realize you kind of just have to. You kind of have to know to do that shit because you
yeah.
just can't, rely on just cruising by all the time. Like I don't
You
know.
no longer have the youthful exuberance to just be alive.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like I don't know. With the current times, the current like political climate and stuff, I feel like conflict is like I don't know, edging closer and closer to home
Yeah,
as the years go by. So I feel like that's one of the things that I should really prepare for, just to sort of learn how to defend myself like regularly. But I don't really have like a plan in general because I just don't know what I would do. Like where would you even go? Do you know what I mean? There's nowhere to go.
Yeah. Um, so for me, I think a couple of years ago, I wasn't in shape. I'm all right now. I'm shaped like a Dorito now, which is cool. Um, so that aspect, I'm all right. If things collapse tomorrow, I'd be fucked. I don't have anything in place. But I think if I saw like the warning signs of things getting ready to collapse, I think I'd just waste a load of my savings on loads of hydroponic stuff and then just try and sustain my own farm inside my house rather than in my garden. Because if it's in the garden and there's like roaming gangs of like mutant raiders, they're just going to fuck up my farm. So hydroponics is probably the way to go. Just try and live inside my own home with my family type thing. Um,
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, if there was signs, I would just start like putting my money into stuff that would allow us to just sort of live through it. Um,
but then again, like there's outside things like what would I do if the fucking electricity stops getting generated? What do I do to get water?
yeah, I'm not ready for any of that shit. And to be fair though, touch wood, don't think that shit's gonna happen. I just don't think so because the way I see it, as much as obviously I want the system to fall. I don't want society to fall.
Yeah.
But I feel like capital owners are just not going to let anything like that happen. Like I just really feel like none of that is going to happen
I
because
feel like they
capital.
would, and then they'd be able to drive up prices on shit.
But no one would have any money. No one would have. No one would be able to buy anything. Like
I
you wouldn't
guess.
have anything because there'd be no jobs, there'd be no work. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
it's the same. It's the same thing with like all the shit in the US and stuff like that. Where people are saying like, oh, like what if like a coup happened or something like that? Not going to happen because of capital owners. That's the thing. Like all they care about is profit, right? So if something was to destabilize a country so far that they wouldn't be able to profit or they would lose property or they would just things just wouldn't be as great for them as capital owners.
But I think
Um,
like destabilizing an entire country is profitable.
I don't
Because if
think
they
it's profitable
destabilize
for
England, they
everybody.
just retreat to Dubai or something and then just sort of
But that's
if
the
they've
thing, they
made a
don't want to
profit from
retreat to Dubai.
destabilizing countries all over like the Middle East and stuff, why not apply it to home,
But that's the thing, they don't want to retreat. They don't want to like move somewhere. They don't want to take their business elsewhere. You know what I mean? They want to stay where they are.
Hmm.
Like I'm pretty sure they want to just sit where they are and stay where they are and just keep making their money. So I don't think capital owners would let that kind of shit happen. I think they would just like obviously if that kind of shit did happen, they'd probably be the only ones that survived because they would just you know
Yeah.
round up all their money and like sacrifice us for the sake of them having like a pool underground or some shit. Have you seen that video by the way?
What?
There's a video on YouTube of like some like expensive bunker. Like it's like some millionaire bunker.
Yeah.
Uh let me find the what's the video's called. Yeah, the Doomsday bunker for the super rich. And it's like multiple floors. I think it's in is it in Nevada? Yeah. Uh yeah, there's homes down there. Like there's
Yeah.
it's like residential like blocks. It's almost like a Star Wars kind of fucking rim planet, like the like
Yeah.
residential like floors and stuff. But it's like I think they cost like 2 million each or something like that to live there,
Yeah.
and it looks like just a luxury hotel but like underground.
That's weird. I've
Um,
seen the dude who bought like a giant stretch of some desert in America, and he made like loads of bunkers. They're not like luxury ones; they're just what ones people can buy. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna try and save as many people as I can." Sort of like,
no,
obviously he's not,
that I fuck with
um,
that.
but he's not like selling them at extortionate prices. But obviously he needs to sell them so he can build more and stuff like that. And he's just really paranoid about the world collapsing. So he's like trying to build like neighborhoods of these little like shitty looking, those like semicircle hanger looking things.
I mean, to me, it wouldn't matter what it looked like at that
Yeah,
point. In my opinion, I try not to be like paranoid about that kind of stuff because I feel like people like preppers and shit, they're
yeah,
too paranoid about that kind of stuff to actually enjoy anything. Like they literally must be all they think about, like is the inevitable collapse, and just like, is it going to be today? Is it going to be today? They're just like sat in the bunker, like a tin of beans ready to go.
I
Um,
imagine like being a doomsday prepper, like you've got to get to a point surely where you're comfortable. Like, okay, if it happens, I'm all right.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they would ever feel that comfortable. Do you know what I mean?
You try and get one on and interview them.
I would love that. If you're a doomsday prepper who's not a total chud, like give us a bell, and we'll chat to you.
And if you've got any
We'll have
spare
you
rooms
live.
going in your super bunker, please let us know.
Yeah, this is the thing I always like. I always think though, if I did have a shit ton of money and I could see something like that potentially happening, maybe I would actually like invest in one just to have it. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, just invest in some sort of like probably not even like elsewhere, just outside my house, maybe just like a just excavate the ground like in my garden or some shit
yeah.
and like make me a bunker there. Just mainly just for like I think I would only do it if I had family, like I had like children and shit. Because I feel like it's just me on my own. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah,
Like,
and I don't think doomsday prepping's a very British thing. Like you don't get people building
no.
the back garden. It's very much, uh, I think it's an offshoot of like what happened in America for like the Cold War. Everyone needed bunkers because they thought they were gonna get nuked by the Russians at any moment.
Yeah, I think that is it. I think like I don't know when you're always sort of preparing for war and stuff like that. It's just it's bound to this stuff's bound to sort of happen from it, right? Like the amount of wars they've been involved in, the amount of shit like that, like home threats that they could have started for themselves. I think eventually it's just gonna it just like lends itself to that kind of behavior. Like we must be prepared for this. Whereas over here, no one gives a shit about anything.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, is me tulips come up? Oh, lovely. That's it. That's all they care about. Like, you go, grandma. Like, you have a nice day, grandma.
the radiation's messing with me turnips. I don't understand.
Yeah. They wouldn't care about anything else, right? Like, they actually wouldn't care about anything else. Just like, oh, is Garden Force still on? No, Alan Titchmarsh is a zombie. Well, that's a
Can't get the
shame.
weather on the teletext.
Look at the James Martin's Apocalypse Kitchen. Today, we're going to show you what you can do with stragglers that have made it onto your property.
There's no shame in eating your shortest, weakest child.
So, first, you want to take the legs off, put them in a nice pan of butter. I use local butter.
Jeez.
Thank Christ. Yes. That's the future we're all in for, baby. No, on a posy note, to sort of like round off on a posy note,
Yeah.
I don't think any of that's going to happen in a long time. I think we're good. I think we're good.
I don't think in my lifetime, but I'm because everyone's like, oh, 2030, the resource wars are going to start. I'm like, I don't know about that.
No, I
They
really
said
don't
in
think so.
2020 all the oil was going to run out, and then they magically found more. I think
I think like when we'll see a lot of like decline in the planet will be in like 200, 300 years.
yeah, absolutely.
Like, I don't think it'll be during our God. It's sad to say during our lifetime, though, isn't it? Don't like to think about that, me. I think about the here and now, here and now, the good times.
Hell yeah, let's go outside. Oh, no mind.
If anything does happen to the world, though, please put this podcast in like one of those little capsules
Time
underground.
capsule, yeah.
What do you call them? Time capsule. Yeah. Time capsule. So some like weird school can find us in the future.
What's
That was the
Mr.
weirdest thing they made
Blobby?
you do at school.
What if they find it and revere Mr. Blobby as a god because of like a few episodes ago?
I already do.
That's fair. I saw some post on Twitter that was like I think it was about 30 years since the debut of Mr. Blobby.
Yeah, he's 30 years old now. I'm nearly the same age as Mr. Blobby. That makes me feel like shit. That makes me feel really old.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. God, that is bad, isn't it? We're nearly as old as Mr. Blobby, Gary.
But we'll never be as old as Mr. Blobby.
Yeah, Mr. Blobby will outlive us.
I think he's the only thing roaming the wasteland when everything falls.
Mr. Blobby will absolutely outlive us all. Outlive all of us.
He's going around the wasteland with a top hat, a big bouncy ball, a scooter, and a handbag, implying that he defeated and ate the Teletubbies.
I don't know. I just don't know what to think anymore. Don't know what to think anymore, mate. Mr. Blobby's outliving me. I'm getting old.
Christ.
I'll focus on the like. I'm trying now to focus on like celebrities that are older than me that are still doing well
Yeah,
and still look good. Because if you look at like Forbes 30 under 30 list and stuff, and you're like that very very famous musician is that young.
yeah.
It happens all the time. We're looking at like, oh yeah, there's so and so. I like their music. 21 years old. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
I tend
So
not to worry about that stuff too much.
no, it's not worth worrying about. I mean, like the pair of us don't look old at all. Like
I've
anyway.
had the spine of a 70-year-old for like 20 years now. It's fine.
Well, I don't feel old. I don't feel old. I don't look old. So I think that's the thing, right? You're only as old as you feel. Everybody, only as old as you feel. Unless you're like I don't know Benjamin Button, which that doesn't make any sense for Benjamin Button.
He's not real, pal.
You,
He's not real.
you sure?
More than sure.
What if he is? What if he's listening right now and you just upset him?
I imagine he'd be dead by now.
No, he's like no, because like he. What if he was born recently?
Well, no,
So
because
he's still an old
Benjamin
man.
Button would have to come after him.
Wait, was Benjamin Button like born old? Did he like come out as a fully grown old man?
I don't know. I don't know if like he's born a baby, rapidly ages, then de-ages.
Oh, I'm coming out. He's just like some giant old man.
I've
Oh,
never actually seen the film, so
oh, my legs. It's not very comfy in there.
yeah, that's weird. Hold on, I need to Google this.
Yeah, I need to know. I need to know how he starts because, like, if he deteriorates in age, like he has to get to that age, right?
Let's have a look.
So how does he do it? Does he? I don't know.
Okay, Benjamin Button is born an old man baby, a wizened 8-year-old man stuffed into the body, the size and shape of a newborn infant. His body grows
What the
taller and
fuck?
larger throughout his childhood until the time he's 18, or so his body is the size of an adult, even though he still looks like 60.
So like he lives as a old man baby for a bit.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's weird. Is he mentally an old man at that point?
No, it says he's a wizened 8-year-old man.
So he's just born and he's like, oh, bloody hell. But he's just a little baby, a little wrinkly baby.
Yeah.
Fuck me, that's weird, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
even weirder
apparently,
than I
he's
thought.
born in the original short story. He's born with the ability to speak
That's really,
straight
really
away.
odd. That's really odd. I'm just imagining this little wrinkly baby now, just like, oh, bloody hell.
Would you like to hazard a guess of when the original short story was published?
Put the kettle on. 1956.
Incorrect. It was 1860.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck are they on back then? What are they fucking around with in 1860 that they're just like,
Opium, I imagine.
yeah. So what if he was a baby but he was an old man?
Well, bro.
Brilliant. Send that to the
Get on
postmaster
the Silk
immediately.
Road, get us some more opium, Darren.
Just add half a poppy and I'm fucked. Where's your fucking poppy?
I remember to get fucked up. Jesus
Where's your
Christ.
fucking poppy?
Which your fucking puppy. SAS engaged wins.
He's just got some big pipe. Some really long pipes. Like one of those caterpillars. Like,
Not to insult the British military, but the whole
no,
SAS
no.
Who Dares Wins is always hilarious to me because it sounds more like a tagline for a casino.
Well, no, the thing with that kind of stuff is it's never actual like service people that talk about it or like try and make it like a
Yeah.
hard man thing. Like the people that are actually in the SAS are just doing their thing.
Yeah.
Whereas it's all like gammons that really wish that they could be in the
Yeah, some
military.
people
They're
who've
just
never
like,
been to war who are like, "Oh,
yeah, it's,
we're the greatest country, fucking beat the Nazis in gladly with one arm tied behind my back and holding a black pudding."
like you've never been in a scrap in your life.
No,
Like the actual veterans, are just like, and they're kind of. I think this is the thing. A lot of veterans worldwide, especially from what I've seen of those in like the States and the UK,
yeah,
they hate war. Understandably,
because they've
they hate
experienced
war.
the damn thing. No,
It's people that have never been to war that advocate for war.
that's the reason why me and my brother are so anti-war. Because my brother for a little while wanted to be in the RAF because he liked
Mm.
planes and trains and shit. But mine, like nearly everyone on my mother's side of the family, before my mum and her sister, obviously, because women in the military is a bit weird when they were growing up. Um, Everyone I know who's been in the military is like, absolutely do not join this shit. One of my great uncles watched his brother get literally cut in half with bullets. Um,
Oof.
in
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, anyone who knows the horrors of war would not
yeah,
advocate for war. Like they don't. Like veterans hate war. They
the
really do. And it's just, as I say, it's just the gammons that have never been to
yeah,
war themselves. They're
it's
like,
a
oh, bloody
horrifying.
love it, our forces, get them.
It's
Come on, England.
terrifying, and like, and you see those videos online that go viral of like, oh, if like people in the actual army, like US or British military or whatever, like they're going up to each other, go like, what would you say to a recruiter if you could talk to them now? Like,
Like,
oh, you lied to me, like this is shit.
yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, especially not to go into like another hyper political rant like I always do.
Yeah,
Um, but like in the US, for example, it's like the one of the biggest jobs programs. Um, so like I really do wish that one of the biggest jobs programs in the world wasn't a war machine. You know what I mean? Like if it was
yeah.
something that could actually contribute and help people.
Well, that's what they do. They
Um,
prey on poor people because it's like you can get your driving license through the army. You've got insurance. You've got all kinds of things. You've got job opportunities when you come out. You've got things to help veterans get into jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's
they offer things that is really hard for people to turn down,
yeah,
especially if they don't really have any other options, or if there's because that's the thing though as well. Like sometimes your other options are a lot less appealing. If they say to you like you can either work in a store or something like that for this money, or we can give you a lot more and also insurance and also this and that. Like a lot of people are going to do it, and then that's the thing when you interview them afterwards, they're like, I wish I hadn't fucking done this.
yeah.
Like this sucks. And so yeah, down with the War Machine. Um, fuck J.K. Rowling,
Fuck JK.
and read Benjamin Button if you fancy a little.
Yeah, if you want, I've never heard it myself.
an
It's gonna
intro.
be shite.
Yeah, yeah, just have a watch the film with what's his name,
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Yeah,
No, we should
Brad.
watch
Oh
that
god,
film where Brad Pitt speaks in patois.
yeah, that was it. Meet Joe Black.
Everything's gonna be Irie, apparently.
Yeah, everything gotta be Irie. That is the best. I have that saved as like a clip on my computer. Just that exact clip, because it's so fucking funny. There's a whole thing online as well about how like Brad Pitt's accents are probably the worst in Hollywood. Like he is the worst actor when it comes to accents. He can't do it. He can't do accents at all.
No, I think my favorite accent of all time is Keanu Reeves trying to do a British accent in that Dracula film.
I don't think I've seen that.
Great shit. It's so bad, but because it's Keanu and it was like I watched it like after I'd seen like Bill and Ted and all that stuff. It just works because you think, yeah, that's the sort. Maybe he's doing it on purpose because like
It's like it is the worst one though. That one from Meet Joe Black.
yeah,
So I think in Meet Joe Black he plays like Death, right? Like he's meant to be the Grim Reaper or some shit.
I don't
I think
know.
that's the whole point of it. And he goes to like a hospital, and there's like an older Jamaican lady,
Yeah.
like being admitted to the hospital or something like that. And it's just stone faced Brad Pitt just looking at this lady, and he just goes, "Everything gonna be Irie." It's like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? And even her face is like,
It was like,
see,
what is this white
like,
voice saying to me?
yeah, even her face is like, pardon, what? But it's like a whole bit.
It is, yeah.
It's like a whole bit. It's like, no, no, like, man, stop, like, Brad, please,
Brad lad,
Brad,
stop it.
Bradley, stop it,
Well,
like.
on that
On that
triple fried
bombshell,
milk,
watch
man.
Meet Joe Black.
Yeah. I think that's
And
everything for today. We should
yeah, I think
run out.
I get carried away in Brad Pitt's accents for ages. Also, before we go, um, we'll probably talk about this more next time. Watch that um trailer for that new film set in Ireland if you like bad accents. I don't
Okay.
know the name of the film, but have you seen this trailer before?
I
Have you seen
haven't.
it? God, it's like let me find the name of it. I really need to find it. It's called Wild Mountain Time, right?
Okay.
And the advert came out recently. So this is a film made in the year 2020, right? It's
Yeah.
got Christopher Walken, John Hamm, Emily Blunt, right?
Yeah.
They're all doing Irish accents, and it's all fucking terrible. It
Jeez.
sounds so bad. It's really bad. Like Christopher Walken going, "Oh, to be sure." Like it's really really bad.
Sure, no one can see me in the darkness.
It's like just watch the trailer for it. It's super funny just how bad the accents are. Really bad.
I would like
Really,
to
really bad.
end the podcast on this bit of I think I saw it earlier. So I think Amazon were trying to broadcast some sports event
Oh,
recently,
I know what you talk about.
and
This is gold.
it was between Ireland and Wales. I think it was either rugby or football.
Rugby, yeah, it was
Um,
rugby.
and they're like, they started the tweet with, because they're having technical difficulties, we apologise for the troubles.
For the
And some
troubles, yep.
Irish bloke retweeted it was like, you apologise for the troubles?
Yeah, there was the other what was the other tweet? There was another one where they said something like, "Oh, it's only available in the UK."
Yeah.
Or something like that. And there's people commenting saying like Amazon of United Ireland. I mean, it was yeah. It was, they tweeted, thank you for that information. We apologise, but upon reviewing your location, you're in Northern Ireland. Rugby Autumn Nations Cup coverage exclusively available to Prime members based in the UK." And then the first response to that is, "Come out, ye package fans." It's funny. It's funny. They they fumbled that one big time, like twice though. The worst one is the sorry for the troubles. Like, just come on, lad. Like, use better terms. Come on, use better terms for that. But I swear, look at the comments on that one where it says like exclusively available in the UK. They're
I've got,
so
I've got one more Irish call joke. So because of the COVID and stuff, people are still allowed into stadiums, but it's reduced capacity. And they were showing at Windsor Park they had like a disinfectant pod where people walk in. It's like a tent, and it sprays them with like a mixture of water and disinfectant and stuff like that. And the caption was, "The disinfecting pod here at Windsor Park welcomes some of the 1,000 Northern Ireland fans allowed inside for tonight's Euro qualifying playoff versus Slovakia." And some Catholic bloke retweeted it with, "Haha, gotcha. That's actually a baptism. Welcome to Catholicism."
I think I saw that one too. The comments on this though, like whoever's running, I feel bad for them, right? I always feel bad for people that have to run like support Twitters and
Yeah,
stuff because they just get inundated with the most stupid shit constantly. That's all they have to deal with. But I can't deny that this is super funny. Like someone
yeah.
commented on that other one saying, "Amazon, can we get an independent Scotland to go with that United Ireland, pretty please?" And their response was, "Thank you for reaching out to us. We'll be sure to pass your feedback along to the appropriate team." Like,
Correct.
what? What are you saying? Like, what are you doing?
God.
It's oh my god. And then someone put, "Thank you, Comrade Amazon Help," and a little island flag, and they put, "You're welcome. Keep us posted for any further concern." Yeah. And there's a picture as well of the oh no, there's a picture of like the Derry art mural thing.
Oh,
"You are now entering free delivery." With an Amazon Prime logo.
God.
Oh, they fumbled that one. I mean, people are talking about it in
Yeah.
one way, but oh my days,
Anyway,
that's
our,
oh god.
our joys of the Irish side. What are you up to this week, James?
I'll be streaming this week, as always. Twitch.tv/JimothyZ. You can find me on there. Most likely going to be doing, if it arrives, which it should do, going to be doing like a PS4, PS5.
To save it behind your
Yeah,
PS4.
I've ordered a PS4, the new one. That's what you wanted, isn't it, son? So I've got PS5 coming on Thursday. I'm probably going to do like an unboxing stream of that.
Nice.
We'll unbox it. We'll get it set up. We'll test it out. Play Astro's Playroom. Play some Demon Souls. So that should be really fun. Yeah. Other than that, follow me twitch.tv/TimothyZ. You can get me on Twitter as well. Twitter.com/TimothyTV. You'll find all my updates on there. You'll find pictures of an orangutan plushie that I'm going to put up in a bit for a little
Nice.
bit of a little bit of orangutan daily, a little bit of monkey for you. But yeah, PS5, big thing, big things.
Cool. And as always, I'm just on Twitter doing articles here and there. Mostly I'm just going to be playing Destiny 2 as I've gotten back into it recently. And yeah, that's me.
Write an article about my fat cock and balls. On that note, anyway.
Yep, on that bombshell, we're going to be
Stinky.
this has been the final episode of Destiny.
Yeah. This is it. We're getting barred off the web. Spotify are coming for me. I've been informed that I've received a guest slot on the Joe Rogan Experience. Thanks to my outlandish claims.
My opinions on cricket have made me
Yeah, Joe
vilified.
Rogan's like, get this guy on. Get him on. Have you ever tried DMT?
All right.
Right,
Well,
let's go.
goodbye, everyone.
Have a good one, everybody. Have a good week. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.